This is the luxury world. Get inspired with us today and tomorrow. Rolex stands out as one of the globally renowned and highly esteemed watch manufacturers. Renowned for their exceptional quality, expert craftsmanship, and enduring designs, Rolex watches have garnered widespread acclaim. Nevertheless, there has been a noticeable decline in the prices of Rolex timepieces in recent years. The decline in Rolex prices is a sign of the broader market correction that is affecting luxury goods. However, Rolex remains a brand with strong brand equity and a loyal following, so prices will stabilize at some point. In this video brought to you by the Luxury World, we will discuss the number of reasons that led to the falling prices of Rolex watches. If you have not already subscribed to our channel, we encourage you to do so now to stay informed about our future videos. The decline in Rolex prices has been evident, with February 2022 marking the peak when the index reached $60,000. By the end of the year, there was a substantial drop to $36,000, and as of now, prices have further decreased to approximately $34,000. This notable decrease is attributed to the trading dynamics of Rolex professional models. The price surge in Rolex watches until February 2022 can be characterized as a bubble, akin to historical instances like the tulip bubble in the 18th century or the housing market bubbles. Speculative investments led to a frenzy where individuals acquired watches with expectation of substantial returns, treating them as lucrative investments. However, the subsequent drop in demand, particularly from flippers seeking quick profits, contributed to the current decline. Simultaneously, the market saw a surge in supply, contradicting the notion that Rolex significantly reduced production. Although there might have been a brief production pause in Switzerland during the initial stages of the pandemic, leading to temporary backlogs, the overall supply never fell below the standard 800,000 to 1 million watches per year, which is estimated as Rolex's annual production. This figure is subject to fluctuations, but it suggests that supply has remained robust, further impacting the pricing dynamics. The prosperity of the luxury watches industry hinges on multiple factors, including the economic landscape. If the provided figures are accurate, there appears to be significant growth potential in the upcoming years. Nevertheless, how sellers conduct their business may transform. With an influx of sellers contributing to increased supply and reduced profit margins, companies must employ more innovative strategies to sustain competitiveness. Currently, the industry is experiencing notable trouble, akin to a bombshell effect. In the realm of luxury watches, market variations are a familiar occurrence, and staying attuned to these trends is crucial for making an informed investment or selling choices. As the prices of Rolex watches undergo a decline, it becomes imperative for both seller and buyers to recalibrate their strategies. Whether you're a flipper modifying your tactics or a buyer seeking advantageous deals, remaining well-informed and cognizant of market dynamics is indispensable. Unexpectedly, the vintage watch market is resilient and yielding impressive outcomes. Those who choose to invest in vintage luxury timepieces can now sell their watches promptly and at a favorable value. This marks a reversal from the trend observed in recent years when the worth of contemporary pieces escalated more rapidly than that of their vintage counterparts. Moving forward, another topic that warrants discussion is the Rolex Certified Pre-Owned or CPO program, which recently entered the market. Showrooms have begun featuring these watches, although they are not available in copious quantities. While Rolex has ventured into the pre-owned market, offering watches certified by the brand, the program has already proven to be phenomenally successful for Rolex and its partners. However, there are indications of a race to the bottom in pricing. In certain instances, prices for Rolex CPO watches are reported to be 50% higher than the normal pre-owned market value for the same model. Despite the increased cost, the value proposition of Rolex CPO watches is noteworthy. These watches undergo authorization and servicing by Rolex, ensuring their quality. Additionally, purchasers receive a new set of paperwork in a distinct color, typically white instead of the standard green. Notably, Rolex itself does not dictate the prices of CPO watches. Instead, retailers set the pricing. This aspect adds an interesting dynamic to the situation. The presence of multiple retailers offering Rolex CPO watches has led to pricing discrepancies. For instance, a certified pre-owned GMT Master 2 reference 126710 BNR, also known as the Batman, is priced at $199,950 by one retailer, while another, affiliated with Rolex, offers the same watch for $24,500. This raises questions about whether customers are willing to pay a premium for a Rolex CPO from a specific retailer or opt for a lower-priced option while still receiving the authenticity, servicing, and 2-year warranty associated with a Rolex CPO. As authorized dealers offering CPO watches compete, it is evident that the Rolex CPO program is influencing the market by driving down prices. This competitive environment among dealers is creating a self-perpetuating loop that contributes to the continual decrease in pre-owned Rolex prices. It is anticipated that retail prices for new Rolex watches will either remain steady or continue to rise, consistent with the trends observed across various watch brands in the current market. Omega has consistently experienced price increases, and there is a possibility that Rolex might follow suit, although we have not heard of any imminent price hikes for Rolex. The current trend is a cyclic pattern or spiral, often observed when bubbles burst. However, it can be argued that what we are witnessing is the market readjusting itself to a more realistic level after a period of heightened activity and speculation. As a result of these factors, the price of Rolex watches has fallen by an average of 15% in the past year. This is a significant decline, but it is important to note that Rolex watches are still a valuable investment. Rolex watches are known for their quality and craftsmanship, and they are likely to hold their value in the long term. Regarding the prospect of buying a Rolex, the decision depends on your motivation. If you're considering a Rolex simply because you want to own one, there's typically no tough time to make that purchase. Prices may vary in the pre-owned market down the line, but the key is to enjoy the watch rather than view it as a speculative investment. Watches, like any speculative investment, carry risks of potential losses. The value of owning a Rolex lies in the personal enjoyment it brings, regardless of market fluctuations. Like the stock market, luxury items like watches can undergo corrections, reflecting market trends on a smaller scale. In alignment with this concept, the current correction in the watch market can be interpreted as a manifestation of broader occurrences in the stock market. Concerns about a potential recession, global events such as conflicts, and the surge in food and fuel prices all contribute to the stock market's fluctuations, consequently impacting the watch market. During periods of declining market values, investor apprehension tends to intensify. This heightened uncertainty often leads to a reluctance to make purchases as investors wait to assess the situation. Consequently, this decreased demand has a cascading effect, causing a reduction in the prices of available goods. It is also worth noting that Rolex is expanding its manufacturing capabilities, which could increase supply. However, there's also a rising demand in the Asian market, suggesting that these new factories might primarily cater to that region. In conclusion, if you desire a Rolex, it is an enjoyable time to acquire one for personal enjoyment. Whether it's a Datejust or any model you find appealing, getting a Rolex is about satisfaction rather than solely financial considerations. While prices in the pre-owned market are currently decreasing, the emphasis should be on the joy of ownership rather than market dynamics. As we conclude our discussion, the world of luxury watches, particularly Rolex, is undergoing dynamic shifts. From the fluctuations in pre-owned prices to the intriguing developments in certified pre-owned programs, the market is evolving. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone considering their first Rolex, the key takeaway is to approach the journey with a passion for timepieces and a focus on personal enjoyment. What are your thoughts on the topic we shared in this video? If you enjoyed the video, we would appreciate it if you let us know by leaving a comment and giving it a thumbs up. Do not forget to follow our channel for more content. Thank you for watching The Luxury World, and we look forward to having you join us in our upcoming videos.